Hi guys, how are you? I know you're way early today. We always start at 3 p.m. at German time, 5 p.m. Kenyan time. But today I have a very special guest, and I knew this is the best time to catch her. So there is no way we're not doing this earlier because I really wanted to talk to her. So I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you started your week okay because I am really well. I'm very happy that at least I get a chance now to talk to Jackie because I've missed her very much. We were supposed to meet, we could not meet. A lot of things happened this year. So her getting a chance to talk to her today and interview her, it is just my pleasure. I cannot wait. So guys, I hope you're well. I don't know if I feel like I look weird, but I just woke up, so maybe that's it. What do you guys think? How are you? I have my coffee here. I hope you're well. By the way, if you want a mug, I have this mug, so DM me if you want one. Mm, and I see you in the house. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Jackie will be here in a minute. She is a Kenyan who lives in Germany right now, but she was living in America for some time and then came here and is now living here with her husband. I want to speak to her about the differences that she has noticed when it comes to Kenyans in the US and Kenyans in Germany. What are the differences that she has noticed? What are the significant challenges that she can tell us about? What has been her highlight living in Germany? Such things. So I hope that you guys are going to join us. I hope you're going to enjoy this live stream because I know I will. Yeah, so I know she'll be here in a minute and I cannot wait. Who else is here? Say hi, say hello. How are you? How do you do? So I'm just sharing these. Yeah, so guys, I hope you are okay. I hope your Monday is all right. I hope that everything that you're planning this week has started on well. What is your Monday ritual? Because I know that this week I'm working the whole of this week. So there are a lot of things I have to put in place before the night shifts start. So that is my ritual. I have to put a lot of things in motion already before the week kicks off so that the week is going to be a little bit easier. So yeah, what is your ritual, guys? You can tell I just woke up. I'm still trying to to open my eyes, and I'm having coffee here, so I'm sure we're going to be okay. How are you guys? How is your day? I see her. I see her. I see her. I see her. Hey, I see you, girlfriend. I see you. Okay, guys. So I see Jackie. She's already in the waiting room. I want to bring her on, and then we're going to talk about life in the US and life in Germany as a Kenyan, and what the significant differences are, what the challenges have been, how she likes Germany so far, what her future plans are. We're going to ask all of that good questions, all of that good stuff. Okay, so let me just bring her on as I see you guys are coming in, and then we just carry on with this. So we'll be here for like an hour and a half, and then yeah, and then we call it a day. But I cannot wait to talk to you, Jackie. Come on here, come on, girl.
Hey,
Hi,
Tess.
how are you, Sasa?
Good.
Oh my God, it's so nice to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. How have you been?
I'm okay. I'm all right. With everything happening, but I'm okay. How are you?
Good, good. This is new for me. It's exciting.
Right?
Yeah,
We should be doing this very often, actually. We have not
I
talked
know.
for ages.
It's just time, like I'm working every single day. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. You look
Yeah,
well.
me too. Thank you. You too.
I just woke up because I have night shifts the whole time, or I have night
Um,
shifts this week. So
mhm,
I cannot sleep at night because of night shifts. Even
mhm.
when I'm off, I cannot sleep at night. And I fell asleep in the morning at 7 a.m. So
Okay.
I had to sleep like 2 or 3 hours. That is why I look all puffy and stuff and having my
No,
coffee.
you
But
look
I'm
gorgeous
well.
as always.
What are you drinking there?
I'm not drinking anything. I wish I had water, but if I need to get water, I'll get up and
You
go.
tell me, yeah, and then you can get some water.
Yeah.
Hi Vivian, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us, guys. So, Jackie, I don't want us to waste time because most of the time we're having fun here, and then all of a sudden, oh, where did the time go? So
Right.
I want to know a lot about you. I know a little bit, but people don't know anything at all. So let us first start. I'll start with you introducing yourself. But before we do that, let me tell guys that you are on YouTube also. You are a YouTuber, and you also document your life in Germany, what you're seeing, what is new for you in Germany, the challenges you're facing, and all of that stuff. So if you guys want to, or not want to, guys, you should definitely subscribe to Jackie. We'll give you all the details as we continue with this conversation. So, Jackie, I'm so glad you're here again. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. So, introduce yourself, please.
All right. My name is Jackie. On YouTube, I am Jackie Neems, and on Instagram, I think it's Jackie Nims as well, or Jackie Munene. I am from Kenya. I've lived in the United States since 2010, and now I live in Germany. I've been in Germany for a year. Yeah, and
It's
I love
only
to
been 1 year.
travel. Yeah,
Oh my God, I
or
feel like I know you
maybe,
for
or maybe
years.
like a year and a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. I feel like I know you for years. Like time is going so fast.
I know.
Okay. What would you like to tell people how we know each other?
Yeah, so I think I found you.
And
I,
thank
I
you so
found you on
yeah.
YouTube.
Mhm.
I found you on YouTube. I watched your video. It was a really detailed video about the things you like about Germany or how Germany has changed you. And I
Maybe better,
really enjoyed
yeah.
it. Yeah, so I loved your video. I was like, oh my gosh, another Kenyan. I didn't even know you were Kenyan when I clicked on the video. I was like, oh, this girl, and then and then I just kept watching all your videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like her content. I would like to do videos with her if she would think I'm
Yeah.
stalking her.
And then you
So,
DM'd me, I think.
yes, I DM'd you on Instagram, and then you were really nice. And then we made a plan to go to Heidelberg together, and that was the first time we met at the Christmas market.
Yeah. And guys, we have a Christmas. Okay, she DM'd me, and then I checked her out and checked her videos, and I was like, oh my God, who is this girl? I love the way you talk. I love how, I just love the way you viewed Germany as a new person in Germany. And you had so much positive things to say about Germany. And I was like, I need to know this girl. I need to know her. I need to know her. So when we planned, let's go to the Christmas market in Heidelberg, I was like, oh my God, let's see how this goes. And it was one of the best days ever. It was cold,
Mhm.
it was winter because it was Christmas market. But you guys, we had such a great time. And we have a video of that, the
Yes,
Christmas market in Heidelberg together.
yes.
Yeah, so that is how we got to know each other. Hogra is here, Hogra Wanja. Maybe that's your gang. Hi, Hogra Wanja. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us. Alex is also in the house. Lina Nancy is in the house. Jackie is Kenyan, but she's lived in the US and then now she is in Germany. So we want to talk about both countries, if that's okay with Jackie. Okay, so by the time we met, how long had you been in Germany?
Not very
Not
long
very
because we
long
got
because we
here
got here
in
in
August, like
August,
end of
like end of
August,
August. Yes,
and then we met
and
in
then we met in
December.
December. And then in December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, true. And then we were supposed to travel this year. That is another story for another
I
day. It
know.
could
Yeah.
not happen at all. Yeah.
No, even because we met in 2019 December.
Yes.
So
Oh,
we were supposed to travel in 2020 together.
yes.
We tried a lot in the
We
summer and
tried. Yes, our schedules never.
match.
We never planned it, first of all, and then COVID happened, and then it was like game over. Hi,
Yeah.
Gina, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here. Alex is saying, says you should open a WhatsApp group for us, Deutschland guys. Okay, I will do that. I will definitely do that, Alex. Definitely. All right. So, you've been in the US since 2010, you said, right?
Yeah.
How did you go to the US, if we may ask?
So I went there for school.
Mm-hmm.
After I think graduating from high school, I was in Kenya for a year because back then you had to wait for like a year and a half before
Yes.
they like call you to like go to college. And then when I found out what they wanted me to go do, I was like, oh, I didn't want to do that. Like, I think it was psychology or something. And I was really interested in medicine and just healthcare. So I applied for school. I applied to the United States, one school. I had family that lived in that state.
Okay.
So I applied and went to school there. Yeah.
Okay, so did you also immediately start going to school, or did you first of all have to work and maybe look for paperwork or all that?
No, no, I just went straight to school.
Okay,
Yeah, so my school is really expensive. I guess compare it depends with what country you're comparing to, but
yeah,
compared to Kenya, it's very expensive. So my parents saved up money, to, enough money to pay for my first year of school.
yeah,
So at least they were ready to do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So yeah, so I went straight to school, and then once you start, living in the US as a student, then you kind of learn about what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do.
yeah,
And if you're looking for a job, what kind of jobs you can do legally. So I like kind of made a lot of friends in different places. And so
yes,
I was able to work in that first year and start like paying for my own school fees and supporting myself because it was really expensive for my parents.
okay.
But yeah, so that's how I did it.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay, so I hope you allow me to keep saying hi to people coming in.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hokra Wanja, thank you so much. Now I know who has been this silent listener. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for saying hi today and for always sticking around. Gina Mom, welcome to the house. Jackie Nims is also on YouTube. So you guys, as you listen to us talking, please make sure you subscribe to her channel. Follow her on Instagram. It is at Yrich. I've tagged her on my story so you guys can find her easily. And forgive me, I'm still waking up. If I'm trying to, I cannot even speak somehow today. I'm still waking up, guys. But I have coffee here. No worries. Mm, okay. So, was it hard getting a visa for the US as a student?
Yes. So I think I don't want to generalize, but I did a lot of research. I'm kind of like I have an obsessive personality. So if I'm like focusing on something, I
Yes.
really like dig deep and like get all
Right.
the details.
Yeah.
So luckily that's when like the internet was starting to get popular. So I had a phone. My mom got me a phone. So I had a phone and I would just like Google all the time when I had spare time about like what do I need to get? What kind of questions do they ask, at the interview?
Yes.
What kind of documents do we need to prepare? Because my parents will get like the general information, but they're very specific things that people miss,
Yes.
and then they get
Mhm.
denied the visa. So I just did a lot of research. I had like a notebook that I would just like write everything, and
Yeah.
so we collected everything, and I went and did my interview, and it went well, and I got the visa. So yeah, for me it wasn't hard, but the whole process is hard. Like just
Yeah. It is
finding.
just a lot of paperwork, right?
Yeah.
Especially
And
if you're coming from Kenya. Sorry. if you're coming from Kenya, we're not used to so much paperwork and
Mhm.
so much signatures and having to go to 1,000 offices to get a lot of other paperwork.
Yeah.
So it's a lot when you're coming from Kenya. But I think when once you start living in Germany, you realize that was not even paperwork. There's a lot of
Yeah. So Germany, we have not even started like Germany. So that's just the US, like the US compared to Kenya, like so many details. And then when you step over to Germany, you're like, oh my gosh, it's
what is
even
going
worse.
on here. Okay, before we jump into Germany, I don't want to jump in yet. So you already okay? You enrolled in school. Were you alone, or did you have anybody to hold your hand in the
Well,
U.S.?
so I had my uncle who is like my mom's cousin who lived in the state that I was going to, which is Arkansas. It's in the South. Um, so I wouldn't, I mean, so I had somebody who would like kind of give me an idea of how to do things, but
Yes.
the whole process felt like I was alone. It was just me and my parents because they don't tell you about everything. People are not very forthcoming with
Uh-huh.
details,
What?
especially they try to like paint it like everything
Yes.
positive. Oh, it's beautiful here. Things happen this way, but when you get to like
Rainbows.
yeah, when you get to the details, you're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, like it's
Yeah.
difficult, it's expensive, like so. But I was so lucky. I found the school I went to. There weren't many Africans,
Mhm.
so like I think my first week there, all the Africans knew there was a new African in school. So
Okay.
everybody was like trying to find out who I was, and they were really friendly. They like were like would find me every single day and just like show
Yes.
me things like, oh, this is how you do this. So it felt really good. So that was like
Okay.
the best thing ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Veronica Garu is here. She used to be my shemeji. Once a shemeji, always a shemeji. I'm a Shem. And she's saying, yeah, finally, I went to high school with Jackie. She went to high school with
Girl,
you.
I know the name. I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if it's the same person. Hi, Veronica. We used to call her Ngaru.
And I'm very
Hi.
sure it is. So, okay, Veronica, you just came in. I met Jackie in 2019 here in Germany after she had lived in the US and then came to Germany, and then we met and went to a Christmas market together, and since then we know each other. We wanted to travel much, much more in 2020. If it would have been possible, we would have gone to very many countries already by now, but it wasn't possible. So yeah, so we'll have to wait for next year or this year if everything goes right. Okay. What was your first impression of the US when you came when you arrived there?
So I feel like everybody says this, but I always had my mindset was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like New York City. I'm gonna, coming from Nairobi, you're used to like the city, and that's what you want. But
Yes.
so the first place I landed, so Dubai and then Houston, Texas, which was just the airport. It was stressful. I forgot my luggage. Like it was just stressful. It was chaotic. The whole experience was very chaotic. And then
Okay.
when I got to like the place, my last final destination, I was like, oh my God, what is this place? It's just
What did I do?
countryside. There's nobody outside. I was like, the houses look really nice. Everything looks really clean and like nicely manicured. But where is everybody? There's nobody outside. And it was summer or beginning of summer, and it was
Yes.
like really hot. Um, I don't know in centigrade how much it was, but in Fahrenheit, it was like 99, 98, which
Mhm.
is really hot.
Yeah, that's
It was just really hot. So, yeah, it was okay. It's not what I was expecting.
okay. Let me ask you one question or two questions that Alex is asking, and then we can continue the conversation without going too much into the Germany topic.
Yeah.
Alex is asking, Jackie, how long have you been in Deutschland?
Deutschland since 2019 August.
Okay,
So
so
like
one and a half years. guys,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
1 year, a few months. Yes. Jackie, do you speak Kikuyu?
I I used to be fluent until I was 5 years old.
No
But
way.
so speaking, like, I'm not nervous, but I can understand everything. But if I'm speaking to my mom, I know she wouldn't judge me, so I can talk to her. But on camera, maybe not.
I won't judge you. It's okay. Okay, so there you have it, Alex. All right. What was the first challenge that you encountered in the US where you were like, oh my God, I want to go back home. I miss my family, I miss my mom, I need to go back home.
Yeah. So the first year, because I had friends, like I told you, it was really easy because I had that support. And then they were all like graduating and leaving, going, finding jobs. So I kind of was left, me and this other Kenyan girl, and we were both kind of new there. So it just like that lack of support. So that second year, it hit me really hard, just like lack of support from physical people around me. So that was really hard. And then that's when I started learning that American culture is very different from like Kenyan culture. There's no this like um people don't like come together and like bond the way we do in Kenya.
Yes.
So that was really hard for me. I was lucky enough, like financial wise, I found a job really easy.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so just like that lack of support. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I think my biggest challenge also in Germany was the loneliness because
Hmm.
you come here and you expect you're going to have the kind of life you had in Kenya with 1,000 friends, and in every town I had a friend and I could visit
Hmm.
friends in other towns and we could go out the whole time. And then you realize that the next person you're seeing is after 1 week, and then another week you're seeing another one person, and the
Yeah.
loneliness got, it was a lot in the beginning, and then you kind of get used to it, or you don't. I still need
Mhm.
friends, but but it's very hard in the beginning. Okay, so did you finish school?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, the last time we met, you wanted to advance or something like that.
Oh yeah. So when I met you, I was in the middle of my master's. I'm doing my master's. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I finished school. I had started in chemistry because in the US it's kind of weird to go to medical school. Like I wanted to go to medical school, so I was a chemistry major, and then I was like, oh, I found out that you can't really go to medical school unless you're a citizen. So I changed my path. So it took me like 5 years to graduate, but I changed my path and did nursing instead.
Mm-hmm.
So when we met, I had been a nurse in the US for like maybe 4 or 5 years, um,
Okay.
registered nurse. And then I started my master's, which is called nurse practitioner. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. I'm almost done right now. Yep.
Wow!
Yeah.
Congrats, congrats. I
Thank
remember
you.
last time you were thinking about it and you did not know how, or you were doing it online. I can't remember
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
As Alex, I see all your questions. I'll ask all of them when we get to that. But thank you so much. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. If you have any questions for Jackie, guys, write it down below. I'll definitely ask her. All right. So you finish school, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in Germany. How did that happen?
So coming to Germany, it's a bit different for me. So my husband is an American soldier. So
Mm-hmm.
we chose to come to Germany. There's a military base or several military bases. A lot of
Yes,
them, I was
in
surprised.
Germany.
Yeah,
Yes.
so a lot of American military bases. So my husband was stationed there, which means just he was told he can come and work here on the military base.
Yeah.
And then the military base is really big. It's like basically a little American city. So I worked there as well. So in terms of like paperwork and all of that, it's more just moving as an American, but you're living in Germany.
Yes.
Yes. So that's
Um, did it hit you as a surprise, or were you shocked to hear you'll have to live in Germany after being in America for so long?
No, I wanted to. I wanted to come to Germany. So we had the option. So when I saw Germany, I was like, yes, let's go to Germany. So,
Yes,
but I didn't know anything about Germany. I was like, oh, I just want to live somewhere outside the US. So this sounds
yes,
so nice. Let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can imagine all of a sudden you think you're comfortable, now you're working and you're relaxed, and then we have to move. Oh, what? Okay, Germany, let's go. All right. So, what was your first impression of Germany when you first came here?
First impression, nothing like I thought it was gonna be.
Tell me about
The pictures, when you Google Germany, all the pictures that you see are of like, this beautiful places, and you're like, wow, I'm gonna live near a mountain with a river flowing.
it. And
So when you
castles.
moved here, I was like, wow, things are really hard. Like the system is very difficult to like, you feel like they're making it hard on purpose. Like we were told, okay, you need to find a house because the military was just gonna pay for like the hotel for maybe like a month. And then we have
Uh-huh.
to find a house. And every day when we went to look for houses, the first thing I was like, okay, the roads are so small. Like I'm expecting drive in this. Sometimes people park on the road and then I have to like
Yeah.
move up, like so first like the roads were really small. Second, I was like, oh wow, the houses look nothing like what I was imagining, like those
Mhm.
little ones in the mountain in Bavaria. That's what I was thinking.
It looks like
So,
another countryside. Yeah.
yeah, but
Mhm.
after settling in, I think it took us maybe like 2 or 3 months. My husband, it's still, he's still, but it took us like maybe 2 to 3 months to completely like just settle down, finish like, you know, paperwork for a house or paperwork for like electricity and gas and all that stuff. Cause it's so much paperwork. They don't let
I
you do
know.
anything online. You just have to like keep mailing or walk over and hand it. And yeah, so yeah.
I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at myself also because I remember how hard it was. I was like, how many paperwork do I need? And imagine I came as an au pair girl. I'm an au pair. I'm a babysitter,
Yeah.
and I'm just signing paperwork the whole
Yeah.
time. It was too much.
Were you
Okay.
able to like translate it or
I had to rely on other people, which is very
okay.
dangerous because
Yeah.
when it comes to contracts and bank stuff, you don't want to really ask other people, but you can
Mhm.
only translate so much, And then if they send you a paper, if they send you a letter that has like 3 pages every second day, every third day, I had to go to offices that I could not speak any German, or I could speak very little German. So I
Yeah.
really had to rely on my host family, which was weird because they were not so nice to me. So
Um,
having to take them to all my appointments was really hard for me. I felt like I had no control over my life.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so it took a minute also to just get used to the paperwork and the bureaucracy in Germany because it is a headache. It is a real
That's
headache.
hard. That's
Yeah,
hard. Yes.
yeah. So, have you thought of working as a nurse in Germany?
Well, I thought about it and I looked into the process and everything, because I know I know one of the nurses I work with had worked in Germany, as a German nurse, but
Yes.
not recommended at all because the U.S. we have like nurses in the U.S. we have, our scope of practice is very wide. We can do a lot of things.
Yes.
So I found out that in Germany it's not the same.
What do you
Um,
mean? Not the same?
the scope, just the things I would be allowed to do, I feel like we get allowed to do a lot more. And I don't know the
Okay, now I
specifics, but
get you.
in general.
Yes.
And I've never gotten a chance to like ask you like specific things because I know you probably
Yes.
give me more information, but so
Yes.
that kind of like made me not want to. And then I would have to learn German to like a C1 level. I'm like, "Oof, can only A2 killing me."
Yeah, it's already a lot, I know.
Yeah.
um,
So Yeah, and then the last thing was because we're not immigrating to Germany, like we're not going to live here permanently. There's really no reason for me to do it. So just work
Okay.
on a
Yeah.
military base is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Amaka's World is in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. You're new here. Welcome, welcome. We do a live stream, or I do a live stream every single day, and I have new people or guests that have interesting topics to tell us, or we can have meaningful conversations with. So today I'm with Jackie. She is a Kenyan who lives in Germany. She has lived in the US, and then she came to Germany, and I want to know the difference between the two countries. So Veronica is saying, "Good job, ladies. I love everything about the live, and the information is simply amazing." Thank you so much,
Thank
Veronica.
you.
I just love hanging out, and I don't want to make it. I never want to make it too official because we're not in a TV interview. We're just having a girl chat, so we just put everything in and just have fun. Okay. Um. All right. So you came to Germany and you're already living in the military, right? What is there a difference between living in the military or in the military base and outside the military base? Have you tried to see the differences?
We live outside.
Ah, okay. You don't live inside.
Yeah, we don't live inside.
That is good for you, I
Yeah,
think.
and that's what we wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to integrate a little bit with Germans or people in Germany, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Amakas also lives in Germany. Thank you so much. Please stay with us. I hope you liked the live stream. Okay. So what was the biggest difference you saw when you came to Germany? The difference with the US?
Um, like physically or people?
Like and something that you are like, oh my god, this is so different with the US. Or I miss life in the US because of these.
Oh, customer service.
When do we start?
Yeah, so the customer service, like the way people, like when you approach people in service, and that's your first interaction with people in a different country. Like it's just drastically, it's like night and day. In the US, even if somebody doesn't like you, even if they're a racist person, they're gonna be nice to your face. They're gonna
Yes.
be polite and call you ma'am or sir. But
Yes.
in Germany, like, oh my gosh, the looks they give you. But when you live here for a while, you just find out it's not about you. It's just how they do things. So they're
Yeah.
nice people. Like Germans are very nice,
Hmm.
very genuine people, very generous. So after a while, you're like, okay, it's not about me. They don't hate me. It's nothing to do with me. It's just that's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I find it also very unfortunate because they have nothing. It's not that they have anything against you; they do not. But
Mhm.
the culture of just having really bad service, I don't get. Like it's
Yeah.
just bad. Like the service is good, bringing things and doing everything efficiently the way it's supposed to be. Okay, but the human
Okay.
touch, is not there
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very right. That was also a big change. It still hits me. Like you go somewhere and need to someone to do something for you, and they're like, "That's not my job. Ask someone else."
Yeah.
And they're in the same office. So
Yeah.
I know how hard it is when you're new and you're trying to get some good service and you cannot.
Yeah.
Rosa Chibena is saying, yes, nurses in Germany are not allowed to do a lot, like even prescribing some light medis or medication, stitching wounds, and or organizing procedures like X-ray, etc., without a doctor's consent. Definitely. Okay, I wanted to talk about that, and thank you, Rose, for bringing me back. I was working as an ICU nurse for 2 years before I went out of the hospital. Now I don't work in the hospital again, and I remember I wanted to work in the ICU because of that, because that's the only place that I could be allowed to do everything or almost everything. So I did not need the doctor to give medicine. There were just very few things I could not do without doctor's consent. And even if he was not there, I could call him and just tell him, I've given this patient this and this. And this. I had a little bit more space to do whatever I
Mhm.
want.
Mhm.
But even then, there's still a lot that other people or other countries do that we are not allowed to do in Germany. You can say it's wrong or it's right. One thing I don't like about it is the fact that when you're a nurse in Germany, you're more like a caregiver than a nurse, than a professional. So you are giving food and you're bathing, and these are things also in Kenya no one does. That is what family does in Kenya. And then the nurse is there for drips and for medicine and all of that. So it was
Okay.
also a big surprise for me. But you are right, you're not wrong at all. You're not allowed to do much unless you are an ICU nurse, which you'll also need German. So I understand why you wouldn't work as a nurse. But there are other ways, and we'll talk about that very soon. I
Oh,
will,
okay.
yeah, I will give you another way. You could work maybe on the side, and until you guys go, you could find something on the side to do with the little German that you speak right now. All right.
Okay.
So Gina Mom is saying, I'm a midwife in Germany. Before I was a nurse, I then decided to study more. Oh my God, Gina, you have midwife.
It
Nice.
was cool.
Yeah, we need to talk, Gina. We need to talk. Jackie, rate Germany and US in a scale of 1 to 10. That's what Alex is saying.
Oh, that's so hard. Okay. Can I like break it up or like in general?
Um,
Like,
I know that is hard, right? Okay,
yeah.
Alex, allow us to put it like this.
Like you can
We'll
say
talk about
social
we'll talk
economy.
about Germany and the states as a whole, and then we can scale it with the whole interview or with the whole conversation. Um, the looks is actually on another level, especially if you're new. Amakas is saying the looks in Germany they are on another. Oh my god! And you're like, why? What did I do? I'm just
I
buying
know.
something. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me like that? Hi, Carol. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my God, guys, I'm very, very grateful that you guys joined us or joined me when my live is the earliest it has ever been. I've never had a live stream at this time. It's always at 3 to 5, and I was worried that most people would not come. So I'm very grateful that you guys are here and that Jackie made time for us. Okay, so what do you miss most about Kenya?
About Kenya.
About Kenya, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The
The
people, like,
people, like,
um,
um,
yeah, the
yeah,
people,
the
the
people.
food, the weather.
Who doesn't? The
I,
weather.
I think I miss almost everything. Apart, there's always one thing I always say I don't miss this about Kenya. It's just the corruption, the bureaucracy with the government. If you need to do like stuff, like get documents or things like that, and then the just lack of jobs. That I don't miss that, but everything else I miss. Yes.
Wow. Okay. I think that's the same for everybody who is in diaspora, right?
Yeah.
We miss the weather, the food, the people, but we do not miss the corruption at all. Okay. What do you miss about the States?
The States, I miss the efficiency. There's just like it's easier to do things in the States. It's like you just want something, you just get it.
Really? Like
hmm
what?
Gosh, everything. Just everything. Like let's say for example, and maybe it's where I live, like where I live in Germany. You live in a big city, I think.
Yes.
But I live kind of like in a smaller I'm in a small village and then the city is not very big. So like
Mhm.
let's say food, if I need to order food, not a lot of options. I can't just get,
Ah,
like delivery, whatever I want. I feel like
yes.
if that was in the US, I'm like spoiled for choice. There are so many things. I can just order here or order here.
Or
So
tacos, or I
right.
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I missed that. Oh, the other thing. Oh, and I don't think Germany will ever change their mind and get this, but the coffee shops everywhere. The US has really, I think, very good, like independent coffee shops, not
Yes.
Starbucks. I don't like the big chain ones, but just
Yes.
the coffee shops. I would go in like on a Sunday and just get my coffee and a pastry and sit there and read a book or something. I miss
Yes.
that. So I think maybe Germany, maybe big cities have that, but they don't. Yeah, and if it's small independent coffee shops where they get creative with their coffee and their pastry, and they do a really good job. So yeah, so I miss that.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Um, what have you discovered about Germany that you're like, oh my God, I don't want to. I don't want to ever leave these. You know that you definitely go back to the US, but
Mhm.
there's one thing you are like, oh my god, I wish I could take these with me.
The bread and the pastries
The
and
over
the bakery.
3,000.
So the whole bakery. I can just take a whole German bakery.
I understand.
So
Uh-huh.
that, and
Yeah.
also the culture of like walking, hiking every day. Like it's very normal here. People
Yes.
just go on a walk,
Mm-hmm.
go hike. Like that's accessible everywhere. And you
Yes.
don't need to have a car to like drive somewhere. You can just walk outside your door and, go walking somewhere. So those two things, yes.
Wow. Okay, that is very interesting because
Yeah.
people get addicted to jam and bread very fast also. And I wasn't a bread eater. I wasn't one that I don't need bread that much in my life. But once you've tasted jam and bread and you have so many options, did you know there are almost 3,000 different types of bread baked every day in Germany?
That's crazy.
That
I
is
believe you.
crazy.
That's
That
crazy.
is crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've actually done a video. It's going to, after the whole live streams phase, I'm starting with that video, the types of breads in Germany and the ones that I like.
Cool.
What I would miss most is salami. I love
Really?
salami. Yeah, I
Okay.
love salami so much. I don't know why.
It's
Um,
really good here, yes.
yeah. So Grace Favored is in the house. Thank you so much for joining us, Grace Favored. I'm so happy you're here. And she's asking Gina Mom, how long did it take you to become a midwife? So Gina Mom will tell us down below. I'll also read it. So guys, if you just came in, please make sure you subscribe to Jackie Nims on YouTube. Watch a video or two. You will love her videos. She has really good content, and the way she sees Germany, it's going to really impress you guys. Make sure you check her out, subscribe, and watch 2 or 3 videos, and let me know. You're not going to be disappointed at all. So, okay. So you're in Germany with your husband, and okay, and one thing I realized with you is you started traveling very fast. You came in and you're like, okay, where are we going next? What is next? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
excited about Germany, and I love that because when you're excited about a new country and you're open to seeing more, you actually see it in another light. The
Mhm.
opportunities open up, and you get the best of the best of that country. That's what I think. So I think you're one of the people who is really getting the best of Germany. What was the motivation to travel around Germany?
I think just
I
the
think just
um, passion to travel,
passion to
like the
travel.
love for the country, even without knowing much about Germany. I was very interested. I'm a very adventurous person. So I just wanted to like learn about everything. I started learning the language, which now I've hit a plateau. It's really hard. German,
It's not
German is no
easy.
joke,
It
but
is no joke. I know.
yeah. So just,
Yeah.
being adventurous as a person and just interest in the environment I'm in. Because I always feel like, moving from Kenya, going to the US, like if you want to be happy, it's just internal. Like you have to create, that happiness around you, create an
Yes.
environment that's exciting and, makes you happy every day. So
Yes.
yeah.
Definitely, I agree. What would you say is the hardest part of learning German?
So in the beginning, it's easy because it's exciting. And then the grammar is what's hard. Like once you
Yeah.
start learning, like, where to use like feminine, masculine, neutral, or yeah,
Yeah.
it just becomes really hard. And then you get discouraged because you're talking and you feel like you're doing good. And then they'll be like, if you say, D something, and they'll like, da, like they correct you and you're like, well, you're just breaking
Can
a
I
sweat. And
can I tell you one thing? I've been here for 11 years now, and I still cannot. I'm still being corrected. There's a
okay.
lot. Yeah, so you don't think you're the only one. It takes a million years to get that
Yeah.
right. And they are also Rose is also saying even Germans themselves say their language is hard. So we're not the only ones. Yeah, they also know their language is hard. And for the people who are not in Germany, what she's talking about is in Germany, everything is either masculine, feminine, or neutral or neutral. So in English, what would just be there, yeah, the girl, the boy, the man, in Germany, it's always divided into these three parts. So it's either, and sometimes you will hear the blumen, the flowers, they are feminine. And then you'll hear something like, there's Mädchen. Mädchen is supposed to be a girl, but she's not feminine. She is neutral. So it is really hard, guys. It's not easy at all. So I totally understand. Arno is in the house. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. We're very glad you're here. Welcome to the live stream. Selena Nancy saying cases. Yes, it's not easy at all. I gave up on Dare Didas. I'll tell you, Caro, it's not easy. Dare Didas. Huh? I got to a point where I said everything there, and then I had another phase where everything was D, because it is just so hard, guys, and you cannot speak, you cannot just mention a word without saying there, there did that in the beginning of that word. So it's really not easy, guys. Grace favored 6 years because I had a baby in between. She took 6 years to do midwife. All right, let us continue. Sorry, Jackie. I hope you understand.
No, it's good. It's exciting. I like it.
Yeah, I don't want them to feel like we are only talking the both of us and the other third wheel. I want us all to have a conversation. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Anna, for being here. So, someone asked something, and it was Rose. Rose was asking, do you find security in Germany a bit better as the States?
Okay, so I will say this. If you move from Kenya, go straight to one country, it's 100%, like you just feel safer. And I'm not trying to like
exactly. Immediately you reach the airport, you already feel safer.
That's my opinion, right?
Mine too. Yeah.
So because especially coming from Nairobi, like I feel like every single day my parents would talk about lock the gate. You can't just leave the gate like that. People are gonna walk in and steal like something. And that happened, like our bikes would get stolen, or you hear somebody opening something. So coming from that and then moving to the US, I will talk about the US first. So moving to the US, I was like, my uncle or my friends would leave their doors open and go to like shop and come back, and like things like that. I'm like, oh my God. And I would walk at night from school, like 11 p.m. or sometimes like midnight, because I would stay in the library studying, and walk to my apartment, which is, like 15 minutes away, and nobody would, no questions asked, and nothing would happen to me. So I felt really safe. And then Germany is even more safe, in my opinion. So I've never feared for my security, apart from walking around in Frankfurt. That's a different story. Apart from Frankfurt, everywhere else, I felt like 100% safe. Like I'm not worried. I'm not, yeah. I know our neighbors, when we moved here, they said like, oh, make sure you leave your door closed, or, don't leave your window open, because people can like put their hand in or something and open the window and like steal stuff. So especially, I don't know if it's a thing around US military bases, they'll target like certain people, but I've always felt 100% safe. So I feel like Germany's safer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, that's also something else that I've always realized when I go back to Kenya, that I need a few days to realize I'm in Nairobi. I cannot just leave my bag hanging somewhere. I cannot just, I have to close all the windows in the car. If I'm in the car, you have to keep your eyes open, and it's so exhausting.
Mhm.
Because when you're used to Germany, even if I've never left my phone anywhere and I didn't get it back, I've never lost my umbrella and I didn't get it back. You
Yeah.
always get your stuff back, and
Yeah.
nobody's really just trying to just only steal. Of course, not everybody in Germany is a saint, but the general feeling in Germany is very secure, definitely, and I feel also very, very safe in Germany. So Rose is asking, how do sorry, how do you find the police here in Germany?
I don't know how to. Well, I haven't had any interaction with them.
Okay. Happy girl.
So I don't know, but like working as a nurse in the hospital, sometimes we'll have patients who had to deal with the police before they
Yes.
get to us,
Mm.
and like it sounds like they're forced. If you've done something wrong, like they'll use force on you. But apart from that, like I haven't been stopped by the police.
Yeah.
They don't patrol a lot compared to the US. I feel like the US, every corner, there's a cop patrolling, and they'll pull you over. In the US, I've been pulled over like maybe the 10 years, or yeah, 10 years I lived there, maybe like 5 or 6 times.
Yes.
But in Germany, no, I rarely see them. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand. It also took me a minute to really just see the police. It takes a lot of time. And once in a while, they'll patrol, and maybe once in a while, they'll be onto you and they just ask for your papers and all of that. But it's not like they're just the whole time just walking around and. Maybe it's going to be different after COVID, who knows? But right now, yeah, but Germany is really, really safe, definitely. Anno Dobla is saying you cannot learn if you're not corrected. Definitely. If you want to learn German, you should be very ready to be corrected. But sometimes it's just like, oh my God, am I not learning any German? Because
Yeah.
you're corrected so much that you cannot even have a fluent conversation without someone correcting you. And sometimes it gets exhausting also.
Mhm.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much for joining us, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. We're talking to Jackie Nims. She is a Kenyan YouTuber who lives in Germany. She has lived in the US before she came to Germany. Make sure you subscribe to her as we continue with the conversation. Okay, so what is that one thing that you wish that Germany had that the US has? Except for the cafes, of course. And by the way, there are lots of cafes in Germany in big cities. Like you said, it's only in smaller cities. It's not that much.
Okay. Okay. Um, what do I mean? What something I wish Germany had?
No, do you wish that the US had that Germany has, or is it the other way around? Yeah, you can say both. I
Okay.
also don't know anymore.
I feel like I've already said some of them, the biggest ones.
Yeah, cafes. And
Cafes, customer service,
yeah,
the
okay.
bread.
Yeah. Do you find that Germans are more punctual than the US?
Yes, like
Okay,
overly punctual.
talk about
Um,
it. You seem like you have something to say about that.
well, well, because I had a friend who was German in the US. Uh,
Yes.
that was my first interaction with Germans, and every time he told me, we knew each other because we went to the same gym, and so he would say,
Yes.
"Okay, be here at 10," and then I'm there at 10, and he's there waiting for me, looking really angry, and he's like, "Oh, I was here 15 or 20 minutes ago." And I'm like, "Well, that's your problem because we said 10. I'm here."
Yeah.
And yeah, so and then Americans are, I feel like Americans are pretty punctual. Like you
Yes.
don't, if you tell somebody be here at 10, like the person will be, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes before they're there. So, but Kenyans, oh, it's no. It's like be here at 10. Okay, 11, they're getting ready or
So, do you find the punctuality in Germany sometimes annoying? Because I do. I like being punctual, but I hate it when people obsess about, about being punctual when there's nothing planned, just for the sake of obsessing about punctuality. I just want us to
Yeah.
chill and have a glass of wine, and then I'm mad at you because we came 5 minutes, and then the whole date or the whole, we've already started on a bad foot, yeah. And people do not seem to mind starting a conversation with bad blood like that, starting it on such kind of a tone
Yeah.
just because you're 5 minutes late to
Yeah.
drinking wine. Sometimes I find it a little bit too much. But I love punctuality. I know how efficient that can be. I know it is a respect of other people's time, but it depends with the activity. The activities, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think, well, you've been here for a while, so maybe it's annoying for you, but I still feel like I'm a visitor. I
You're
still
still
feel
at
like I
work.
need to respect the rules of the land. And so I've been just showing up 15 minutes early because I know that's what they expect. So I've kind
Yes.
of just been doing what they expect. But I mean, it's been COVID season, so I wouldn't say that I have a lot of Germans I'm meeting with.
Yes.
So yeah, but usually if I have to meet and with somebody and I know they're German, I'll just show up really early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
not annoying yet.
not yet,
Not yet.
but yeah, I see you having a good time. I wish you also came. I was also telling Brenda, make sure you check out Brenda Pazurik. She is a Kenyan YouTuber also, and she's also new in Germany, so you'll
Oh,
also,
great.
yeah, your experiences will be very similar or almost similar. And she was also talking about, I was also telling her, I wish that you guys came before COVID, because you came and then COVID is here, and then you don't have time to really see Germany for what it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but at least you had a little bit more time before COVID hit.
Hmm.
Brenda came in the middle of the pandemic, so I wish it had been different. But we still have time. We still have time, guys, and things are going to get better, definitely. Okay. Who was asking? Carol Wonjiko is asking, Jackie, is it easier to make German friends as compared to American friends?
No. Simple answer,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
But um, I think once you make a German friend, you know that you have a friend. Americans, it's so easy to make American friends because they're very outgoing. I think it's just the culture is that way. But if you make a friend, you don't feel like you have a friend because you never really
I'm not really sure.
hang out. Yeah, it's not genuine relationship. It's very superficial. It's more like, I'll be nice to your face and we'll do whatever. And then, okay, bye, go to your house and whatever. And people don't follow up on things. But Germans have found that it's harder to make friends with German people, especially if you don't speak the language. It's
Yeah.
hard. And they're like the looks, they're not very inviting. But once you make a German friend, like that person, like they're a real friend.
Have you
So
made any friends that you know it's going to be long term?
yeah, so I have a really good German friend. Yeah, and they always, will check up on me and during COVID, like, how are you doing? How is everything? How's your husband? So
Yes.
that, and then even our neighbors, they're really good. Like they'll bring us little presents and yeah, so yeah.
Wow. Um, do you still have long-term friends in Kenya? People that you still
Yeah.
talk to? Yeah?
Yeah, most majority of my friends are, yeah, I would say live in Kenya or
Okay.
really good friends, like people who I can talk to about anything. Yeah, so but I feel like for people who went to my high school, maybe like 80% of the people left Kenya and now live in different countries.
Yes.
So I have maybe one really good friend who I went to school with still lives in Kenya, and then people I grew up with, and my sister still lives there. So, and then the rest are like scattered around the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, for me, it's different for me, because I don't know what happened, because it's like I left Kenya and all my friends got married. Like I
Okay.
came and then they all got married and started having kids. And so the next time I went to Kenya, because I go every year, the next time I went to Kenya, you realize that you're not on the same page. I go to Kenya and I still want to go party. I just want, because I'm on holiday, I want to go party and everything. And they're like, I have two kids, says I cannot just go out, I have to
Yeah.
organize stuff and make sure everything is okay. And then I can also not stay there for too long. I have to come back home. So we are on different pages.
Yeah.
And with time, we realize we're still friends, we still DM each other, but the friendship changes. The dynamics of the friendship changes also.
I
So
agree.
it's very, very hard. It has been very hard for me to really keep the friendships. I want to, but it's so much hard work because
Yeah.
they are concentrated on other things, and I'm on. Yeah, so sometimes you just have to. There are people you have to let go as friends in
Mhm.
Kenya, even if you do not want to.
Yeah.
Anno is saying, I read the Swahili drama is from German missionaries. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Have you been to Kenya, Anno? I would like to know. Forgive me, Jackie, but I'm not looking forward to visit US after all the police brutality. That's Alex.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Police are handsome here. Where? Hey, Gina, what are you looking for? Gina.
I can't even say if I know what one looks like. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I was in Barcelona and the police in Barcelona was like, what is going on? What is going on here? They're all
Yeah.
looking like, I don't know. It was too much. And the uniform was too, okay. I don't know. Maybe I was on holiday mood. Police are handsome here. Americans are peaches, soft outside but hard inside. Really? Interesting. Americans are peaches or America. I don't know, one of those. But he's saying soft outside but hard inside. Interesting. Do we have African police in Germany? I haven't seen one. I've never seen a black policeman also in Germany. Come to think of it. Huh. Okay, I'll keep my eyes open, Rose. Um, 1 minute, I have a few. Germans are very reserved, but once you know them, you love them. I agree, they are reserved, but once you get to know them, once they start opening up to you, you'll understand them better. Grace, yes, there are, but few. Most of them are born here, but with African roots. I've never seen one, Rose. I'm also looking forward to seeing a black policeman here. Says you have not introduced me to Jackie. Alex, what is all? What is all?
Happily
Um,
married.
she is happily married. Let's get Alex. I did not say it. Yeah, it's not my fault. Anyway, okay. So let me know. I want to know about where you have been to since you came to Germany. I see you traveling everywhere, and I'm like, this girl. And then one day you were very near to me. You were in Baden-Baden, and I almost cried. I was like, I wish I knew you were coming to Baden-Baden. It's 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah, I remember. It was like, unfortunately, a romantic getaway.
Okay, okay. I forgive you then. I forgive you.
So, but I did, yeah. Wow, I didn't know it was that close to you, but I've been to a lot of places in Germany, and sometimes like the names I forget. But do you want me to name like countries out of Germany or just cities in Germany?
Countries out of Germany in Europe.
Okay, so the first one we went to Belgium, Brugge, which is beautiful. It's
Right.
amazing.
Believe
And
you.
then we've been to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. I've been to Strasbourg, France.
Strasbourg
Um,
is also 1 hour away from me. It's the next city when I get into France from where I
oh
am.
wow,
If I want
yeah.
to go to France, that is the next city. It's not even 1 hour. It's like 40 minutes away from me with the
Oh
train.
wow, wow. Yeah, it's amazing. I spent Christmas there. It was so
It's
beautiful. I
the
loved
most
it.
beautiful city for Christmas, if you ask me.
Oh wow, yeah, it was
All right.
beautiful. And
Uh-huh.
then we've gone to Sweden. We went to Kiruna. It's in the north. Denmark, Copenhagen, London in the UK. What Paris.
Italy.
Oh, I forgot Italy. Paris in France, and then we went to Venice, Italy, and then we went to Cinque Terre, which, oh my gosh, Cinque Terre is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? Most people that come from the US and come to Germany, the only thing they regret never doing is really traveling around, because you have a very good access to Europe when you're in Germany. You can go to all the European countries very cheaply, not
Mm-hmm.
like coming from any other country. And there are very many even budget airlines. If you want to go on a budget, there are trains. You can take a train now to Italy all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the transport in Germany is so easy, or in Europe is so easy, that traveling becomes easier when you're in Germany, definitely. So I'm
Yeah.
very happy for you that you discovered that and you're really going around and seeing everything. I'm
Yeah.
actually very excited for you when I see you traveling like that.
Oh,
Very,
thanks.
very excited.
Thanks.
Yeah, because if I were you, also I would use the time I'm in Germany to see Europe. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you go to the US, maybe it will be once in a year or two that you can go to
Yeah.
Italy. You know?
Yeah, that's my plan. Plus, when I kind of was like trying to make a bucket list, I use Pinterest a lot to like pin all the
You're
beautiful
in the right
places.
channel, bucket list channel. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have traveled in a lot of places in Germany because so living in the US, you drive everywhere, and like a 4 hour drive in the US is nothing. So when I came to Germany, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can drive 4 hours and be in a different country. So sometimes I'll drive, like when I Strasbourg, I drove there, and some other cities in France that I forget because they're so close. And then just driving in cities, in Germany, it's been great.
Yeah. What has been what is that one city that you saw in Europe where you were like, oh my God, I have not had enough. I need to come back.
Um, Gosh, like okay, to come back and visit, or a place I
Yes.
was like blown away by. Okay,
Or blown away
maybe
by. Give us whichever.
okay, Copenhagen. I just loved it.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's so weird. It's a place that's so white, as a black traveler, like people are always staring, or sometimes making comments, and it's just uncomfortable and weird. In Copenhagen, I just felt like you just fit in. Nobody cares. Like they don't care, like you look different from everybody
Yeah.
else, but nobody's
Yes.
like staring. Like everything was great. Customer service was great. I found all my coffee shops with great coffee and great pastries.
Ah, okay.
So it was just, I was just very comfortable there, and it was amazingly beautiful, organized, and they have very interesting designs, and it's just beautiful. So I love that. I would like to go back in the summer because I went in the winter.
Yes. Which country or which city disappointed you the most? Where you were like, ah,
London.
okay. Everybody says that about London. I haven't been there yet. I've been to Dublin, but I haven't been to London.
Okay.
Why?
Um, and I had already lowered my expectations because I had heard about people talking about London. But I was like, first of all, very, very expensive.
Okay.
Second, you feel like what you're getting for your money is like just crap. Like,
No value for your money.
yeah, so I paid for a hotel, and I mean, I wanted to be in the city and close to like public transport. So I
Yes.
understand that will already make it expensive, but it was dirty, like it was just gross, and like they didn't seem like they cared much about that. So
Yes.
that already annoyed me. And then customer service, it's like they're very pretentious. I just felt like they were very pretentious people.
Yeah.
Like, in the customer service, like they're nice, but they kind
Yes.
of have like this undertone. So I didn't like that. Um, and it was just not, it was beautiful, but not compared to other places. I
Yeah.
was just kind of blown away by other places, but London just kind of left me just wanting more.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
Right.
Ah, okay. What is that place that you are like, I still have to do this. Before I go back to the US, I have to do this. I have to, or that activity that you have to do, or that event that you have to attend in Europe, or that country you have to visit in Europe. What is that thing that is still in your mind or on your bucket list?
So let's start with Germany because I live here. I really, really want to go to Berlin
Aha.
because
You
I
haven't been
hear
there
that it's
yet.
very different, compared to like the rest of Germany. So I really want to go to Berlin and experience that, and then go to Switzerland and just
Mm.
like the mountains and all of that. That's something I'm like, I have to do that before I
Yeah.
go back.
Alex is actually in Berlin. Alex, hi, hi.
Yeah.
And, and he's saying, Salamutu, Salamutu. Okay, I get you. Come here. But Berlin is also one of those cities in Germany where if you want to go, make sure you go with friends or with a group of friends. Even if you're going to be with your man, be with his friends also. As a group, Berlin is just
More
amazing.
enjoyable. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot to see in Berlin. There are a lot of activities. Everything is there. I mean, everything you'd want is in Berlin, but it is very dangerous because it is too much fun. I never went to Berlin. I never went to Berlin and planned to stay 3 days and stay 3 days. It's always six
Oh
days. Then
wow.
you add
Okay.
2 more days. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It is like being in Kenya and then going to the coast for the first time. We're always like, let me
Um,
add one more night, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, it is that
Oh, I
much fun.
forgot one more. I actually like northern Spain. I really want to go to northern Spain. I think Balboa is the name. It just looks really beautiful.
Ah, wow. Nice. Did you get a chance to go to Oktoberfest in Germany?
No, but I'm not a beer drinker. I hear it's really rowdy. So I want to go for the experience, but it's not something. If I leave without going to Oktoberfest, I'm okay.
Okay, if you get a chance, I'll tell you to still do it.
Okay.
And it is very loud, like you're saying, of course, and it is people are just drunkards, but they also have different tents. I know one time I tried a VIP tent, or where there are smaller tents. They call it the VIP, but it's nothing special. But they have like smaller tents where the service is different. People are a little bit more well mannered, and
Okay.
that is not the experience. That is not the Oktoberfest experience. So what I'll tell you, definitely go. Make sure you enjoy your dirndl, the dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how what I'm doing, because they always press you here. I don't know why I did that. But make sure you wear the dresses. That's a whole experience. And maybe your husband will also have the lederhosen. And then just have one beer or two and then go home. It doesn't have to be like the
Okay.
whole night until people get drunk, but it is
Yeah.
an experience. It's definitely an experience of a lifetime.
Okay.
Okay, so I will read your comments, guys, in a minute. There are things I don't want to forget. Okay, so are you planning? How long are you planning to stay in Germany? Do you know?
Yeah. So 3 years total. So we have maybe like a year and a couple months left. Like maybe
Hmm.
a little bit more than a year and a half. But if we really like it, we can extend for 1 more year and make it
Ah,
4 years. So
okay.
we'll see how it goes. We don't
I
know
think
yet.
I think you're going to extend it. I think so.
Okay.
So which is the first country you'll go to once they open up the borders?
Oh, I have so many. So you keep asking me, and I'm
Where
like,
is
oh, there's this one. So actually, Portugal.
nice? Where in Portugal?
I've heard of two cities that. So there's Porto,
Yes,
and then there's the other one.
Lisbon.
Yeah, I think it's Lisbon
Yeah,
and Porto.
Lisbon and Porto are the most interesting cities in Portugal, definitely. Of course, there are
Okay.
many others. I've been to Lisbon, but Porto I haven't been to, and I hear Porto is beautiful. I cannot also wait to be there. Definitely, definitely on my bucket list. All right, so are you ever planning of going back home to Kenya, like relocating to Kenya?
Oh, I would love to. Like I talk to my husband about this a lot, but it's like the problem with moving to Kenya and living there permanently is financial wise. Like you just have to be, because I feel like, I didn't grow up with money around me. I remember how life was hard and all of that. So
Yeah,
like just knowing that, you kind of just don't want your life to be that hard.
yeah,
So financial wise, like both me and my husband working in healthcare, so I think that will be hard. So maybe
yes.
if we retire, like, down the line somewhere, we can like maybe look for a place outside Nairobi for sure. I grew up in Nairobi. The stress, the traffic, I don't want that. So somewhere outside of Nairobi, maybe just to like enjoy just being retired and all of that, but not as a working person.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
has been your experience as a YouTuber so far? What is challenging and what do you like so far about being a YouTuber?
Um, I Well, for me, because I'm like a small YouTuber, so I'm not like, it's not about the money, it's just about the fun of doing it. So I like that I can just have memories and like share things with people, and especially my family, because sometimes you tell somebody a story and I swear they think you're making things up. So because some experiences are just like you have to see it to believe it.
Yes.
So it's nice. And then I'll go back and look at the videos I made when I was in a specific place and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I captured this. It was
Yes.
perfect. So
Yes.
but the struggle is just being like, okay, I have a lot of views, but nobody's subscribing. So
I understand. Yeah.
the struggle, especially sometimes when you like, spend a lot of time making a video because editing takes a long time.
Yes, definitely.
So yeah, that's the challenge. But I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also just I also took my time when it came to YouTube. I was like, okay, let me take as much time as possible to just enjoy the experience, because when you're starting, you always have a plan. Why am I starting a YouTube channel? And you're having fun with creating videos and everything, and then you come to know about the politics of YouTube, and it takes the whole experience away when you start thinking of numbers, subscribers, views, monetization. All of that brings a lot of pressure, which takes the
Mhm.
fun out of the whole thing. So I always tell people, when you're starting YouTube and your reason is not only to make money, you're really having fun creating, enjoy the experience first. Just take your time. You don't have to have 1,000 subscribers at a go already, because that's a lot of pressure also. So I wanted to first learn how to edit videos, how to vlog, how to look for music, and all the videos have been really, really bad. It has been a learning experience where you just look at the video and you're like, what was
Yeah.
I thinking? And you put it on private. So
Yeah.
I know it has been a learning experience also for me. And I'm just getting to this point where I'm like, okay, now I need to start looking for numbers. I'm done. I've done so much, and I'm doing so many videos. I need to start getting paid for it, and then you start getting into that mindset. But
Yeah.
take your time. When you're ready to start looking for numbers, you will know, and you'll go at it like a crazy woman. But right now, just enjoy making videos. And guys, make sure you subscribe to Jack. Today she's getting subscribers. Like today, we have to motivate her because she makes really good videos. So make sure you go to Jackie Nims and subscribe to her channel, guys. Um, Normally, I ask people the last question, and so let me ask you right now as the last question, and then
Mhm.
we will read the comments before you go. So I always ask people, before 1 and 10, how happy are you right now?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yes.
I would say maybe 8.
Wow. What would make it a 10?
Going back to traveling, and then my husband, coming back because he's deployed right now, so coming back.
Oh my God, are you alone?
Yes,
Come to
for
Karlsruhe.
for 9 months. So
Oh my God. Are you going to be all right?
yes, yes, yes. I have
What?
work, so work's keeping me busy. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So it's only today that you are off, I think, right?
yeah. Today's a holiday. It's like some sort of holiday. Yeah.
There are a lot of holidays in Germany. I don't even know them. But as a nurse, I don't have any holidays. I don't even know when a holiday is. I just know there are a lot of them. Okay, so I hope there's going to be a 10 very soon. If you get bored, come to my live stream. We'll be chatting here, and we'll make sure that we support each other everywhere in every way possible. Let me see what people are saying, and then we can let you go. Rosa Tibella is saying, Bavaria, you can enjoy both winter and summer. Very, very true. Anna is saying, Alps are so beautiful. They are. Switzerland is going to blow your mind. It doesn't matter if it's summer, if it's winter, it is a beautiful country. And the mountains and the houses and it is just for Instagram. It is made for Instagram. Switzerland. Ano is saying, no, Rose is saying, Ano, have you been to Africa? And then Ano is saying, Londoner are snobs. No, but on my bucket list, yes, Africa is on my bucket list. You should definitely see Africa. I want to go to Namibia and Kenya. So beautiful women and nature. You are right. I know I cannot disagree with that. My brother was in South Africa. Okay, Winnie saying, hi, I'm lost. That country started with B. Which one is this? I love traveling. Jackie, welcome to Oslo. It's very great, but very calm. Winnie, are you in Oslo? Interesting. Thank you so much for joining us. DM me, Winnie, and we can have a conversation about Oslo. I would like to do that. What is the country starting with B? What do you mean? Did we talk about a country starting with B? No, I think she said Bavaria.
Yeah, I talked about Bavaria, and then maybe I said Bilbao in Spain,
Belgium.
or Belgium, Brugge. Yeah,
Yeah, Brugge. Yeah. We say Bruges in, I don't know, in German, or there's
in
something like.
English it's Bruges.
But in Belgium or
In German it's
Dutch
Brugge.
is. Okay. Yeah, very true. Very true. See, I'm also learning, guys. So let me see. Belgium, yes, Belgium. There is Radler, less alcohol. You want more alcohol, Rose? You stay in Germany, there's more alcohol. You don't like beer, you said, Jackie, right?
Well, I like German beer, so I'm being converted.
Right? Yeah, I also thought I'll never drink beer until I came to Germany, and I was in summer. I was like, oh, it's not so bad, and that's
Yeah.
how it started. And then the rest is history, guys. The memories is just sweet. In Portugal, Algarve, great place also. Yeah, Algarve, I've heard about it.
Okay.
So I think we'll be going to Algarve, Jackie. We already have
Yes.
a place
Yes.
now. Yeah, not Belgium. She said Bavaria. I'm not sure if it's correct. Yeah, Winnie, Bavaria is in Germany. Other people call it Bayern, but it's called Bavaria. That is the traditional name for it. Guys, tell me if I'm wrong, but Bavaria is the side where the Oktoberfest happens, where the castle is. All of that. There are a lot of castles in Germany, but the main one.
And Bavaria is the whole state, right? And then, or the region, the whole.
The whole state, yeah.
And then Munich is where the Oktoberfest is, right? The city.
Exactly. Yeah. And Bayern is also the whole state. So that's why people confuse Bayern. You can either say Bayern or Bavaria. Rose says we need next time lives with you, Jackie, and more beautiful women here at the same time. Oh, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Rose. I also had such a great time with Jackie. She is an interesting person and she loves Germany. She loves traveling. So I have a lot in common with her. So, Jackie, do you think we can do this again? Did you have fun?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for inviting me, Sass. This was a lot of fun. I loved it.
Yeah. Oh
We can
my
find
God.
more topics
Yeah.
about different things to talk about for sure.
I almost don't want to go, but I have to. I have to do that in 5 minutes.
Yes.
So let me thank you very, very, very much, Jackie, for being here. I hope that they open up everything and then we can travel together as we had planned. I would really,
I
really
know,
like,
yes.
even if
Yes.
we just go to one more city together, like a European country. I would love to go to Italy with you and just eat.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Maybe we can go to Tuscany and enjoy life.
Right?
We'll have good
Yeah,
time.
we should. I would actually like to exactly that, or Florence or Rome. I would like to go with you. We could
Okay,
have
yeah.
a lot of fun there,
Mhm.
definitely. There are 25,000 castles in Germany. Yes, I know. I know. I was talking about Neuschwanstein Castle. That's the name I was looking for. It's in Bavaria, and you should also try it out, Jackie. It's really, really
Okay.
beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so guys, allow me to say goodbye to our guest. Her name is Jackie Nims on YouTube, and please follow her also on Instagram, which is at Yrich. If you haven't subscribed to me, also follow me on Instagram, Bucket List Says, and let us motivate each other. Let this year be that year where we support each other, where we just say good things about someone's photo, say good things about someone's video. Let us motivate each other. Life is hard as it is right now. So, Jackie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
I
so
really,
much for having me, Sass. This was so much fun. I
I
enjoyed
really
it.
I'm so happy you had fun, and thank you guys for welcoming Jackie so well into the live stream community. So thank you, and I'll see you on the next one, Jackie. I'll talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
So guys, that was Jackie, and I kind of am sad right now because she had to go, especially because there is a lot we still have to talk about. But time does not allow me. It is 3 p.m. and something is happening here at 3 p.m. We have a few people coming over, officially, not some party or anything. There's something official happening in my house in a few minutes, so I definitely have to go. Marcus is saying, I enjoyed your live stream. Let's show each other beautifuls. Yeah, definitely. Marcus, are you on YouTube, Marcus? Let me know. Please let me know. Also, follow me on Instagram at bucketlist so I can check you out if there's any, if you have a video or if you have a website, if you have an online business. We are here to support each other. So I'll definitely check you out. It's been fun. Playgrounds and mom duties calling. Yes, Rose, it's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I know you're a busy mommy. Give a kiss to your daughters and say hi to them. Thank you so much. So thank you, Winnie, for being here. I hope that you come every day. I have a live stream every day, every afternoon. I'm here. And then at night I have night shifts, but life has to go on like that this year. Marcus, Rose, Winnie, Grace Favored, Arno Dobler, thank you for always coming back. Alex, thank you for always being here. Wanjiko Caro, thank you for being here. Oh guys, I love you so much and thank you for being here. Alex, Asante Sana, Bree, thank you so much. Please subscribe to each other and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye bye. Have a lovely week. Cheers.